Today is Monday, July 21st, and this is the wake-up call from WUSF. I'm Sky LeBron. Today you're going to hear from a Tampa man who's directly affected by the end of temporary protected status for Hondurans and Nicaraguans. Plus, some events in the area you can plan for this week if you're trying to have some fun. But first, the news headlines. Palma Sola South on Bradenton Beach is known for horseback riding and jet skiing. It's also known for high levels of poop in the water. It ranks second in the state for beaches with the most days unsafe for swimming. That's a crappy reputation. David Tomasco with the Sarasota Bay Estuary Program says his team is studying why that is.
But we really don't know why the bacteria are there. And if you don't know why they're there, then you don't know what to do to reduce it.
Tomasco says it could be horses, dogs, diapers, or even dying seagrasses. The Rays could be sold and relocated to Tampa, according to recent reports. But how could that impact the area's pro soccer clubs? Well, Stuart Sternberg, who owns the Rays right now, also owns the Tampa Bay Rowdies. But that ownership would change hands in a sale. That could shift the Rowdies from St. Pete to Tampa, too. Plus, the Tampa Bay Sun, the pro women's team, was eyeing an Ybor site for a new stadium, but that could be off the table if the new Rays ownership wants to use that site for a new stadium. In other words, buckle up, because the complications are still very complicated. There were religious demonstrations over the weekend outside the Everglades Detention Center dubbed Alligator Alcatraz.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
He has anointed me.
He has anointed me.
That's Father Franco Laughlin, a Catholic priest. He also founded the Guatemalan Maya Center in Lake Worth Beach. He says he hoped people in the detention center could hear their prayers and understand they're still loved and supported. As of last week, around 900 detainees were being held there. Researchers at UF want to give farmers AI to get real-time data on how hurricanes are messing up their crops. Last year, there was nearly $1 billion in crop losses from hurricanes in Florida. Data on what happens to farmers' crops can be really slow to come out. The researchers say that could be ready by next hurricane season. So if you're an AI hater, hey, this might change your mind a bit. Or not, they could still definitely be our robot overlords in the not-so-far future. Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, has allowed thousands of Hondurans and Nicaraguans in Florida and throughout the U.S. to work legally for the past 25-plus years. But that's ending now. The Trump administration is getting rid of that protection, and that could drastically impact the lives of tons of people, including right here in the Tampa Bay area. Nancy Guan covers immigration for WUSF. She spoke with Hondurans that will be directly impacted by this in our community, and she's with me right now. Nancy, can you tell me what people are saying, how they're feeling right now?
Yeah, so I visited this North Tampa restaurant called La Casa Catracha, which translates to the Honduran house. And that's where I talked with some Honduran immigrants who have been living here with TPS. And they basically told me that they're anxious and they're not ready for their protected status to expire in September. So Arnold was one of the people I spoke with, and he told me that his whole life is here in Tampa. He has a wife, 3 kids, and he owns his own company and a home.
I am not ready to go back to Honduras, you know what I mean? I'm not ready because I have my family here.
Oh, wow. How long has Arnold been here?
So Arnold, like other Honduran TPS recipients, have been here at least since 1998. And if you're wondering why, here's some background. The year 1998, that's when Hurricane Mitch hit Honduras and its neighboring country, Nicaragua. And conditions were so bad that the U.S. government decided to allow Hondurans and Nicaraguans who were already here in the U.S. to continue living and working here legally, as long as they didn't have a criminal record. But the Trump administration says that conditions have improved enough in those 2 countries for them to return. Immigrant advocates say that that's not the case. They call this move part of a larger effort to control immigration by revoking TPS for multiple countries. Arnold says ultimately he's grateful that he was allowed to stay here.
Regardless what we're going through now, we've been protected for almost 30 years.
But after so long, he says it's not easy for him to leave.
If you want to hear more about Arnold and that restaurant, the Honduran restaurant here in the Tampa Bay area, and how they're dealing with the situation, you can right now at WUSF.org. Nancy, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Guy.
If you're a puzzle person, first of all, you're cool. That's a top-tier hobby and you're way more patient than I am. Second, there's Puzzles and Pints at Hop State Brewing in Town and Country Wednesday night. You get a team of up to 4, and the quickest one to build a 500-piece puzzle wins the puzzle and a free bar tab. That's a really smart strategy from the brewery, because if you're locked in on the puzzle, you're probably not running up the tab. But I digress. That sounds like a lot of fun. At the Tampa Theater Wednesday night, they're screening North by Northwest, the 1959 Alfred Hitchcock classic about a guy who's being confused as another guy by some secret agents and is being chased across the country. I've never seen this movie, but a reason to go to the Tampa Theater is always enough for me. The venue is just so dang nice, and when you're inside, you feel like you're in a completely different era. Visit it at least once if you haven't, but I doubt if you go, it'll be your last time. Tickets for the movie are about $10. For a chiller vibe, try Zen meditation sessions tonight and multiple times throughout the week at the Clearwater Zen Center. Nowadays, we could all use some practice chilling out. If you're a rookie, show up a little early so they can explain everything you need to know before the session starts. You don't want to kill the vibe, you know. That's the wake-up call from WUSF. Sadly, it's the start to another work week, but I hope this pod makes it just a little tiny bit better. I know you listening makes my week a lot better, so thanks for that. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another episode. Catch you then.